which Dallas star gets AIDS.
Welcome back to the Junk Room, everybody. It's me, the Junkman, coming back at you with a new video. What are we going to talk about today? Well, I always come on here and I try to tell you some mysteries of Star Wars that were solved, or questions you had about Star Wars, or maybe some information about toys you didn't know about. But every once in a while, it's rare, but it happens. But it's rare. But it does happen. But it's rare. But it does happen. But it's rare. That sometimes I get stumped and I find out something and I want to find out more about it so I can share it with you guys, and I can't find out more about it, and that's when I turn to you out there watching this video, so maybe you can help me find out more. What are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about the lost Star Wars television movie. Now, you've heard about the Clone Wars, you've heard about the holiday special, the Ewok movies, the Droids cartoon. You've heard about everything Star Wars. But what about 1985 Star Wars City? I don't know what it is either. And believe me, I want to know. I don't remember hearing about this thing, but I was bored. I know it's hard to believe that someone like me, with all this, could be bored. But I was bored, so what do I do when I'm bored? I do what most people do. I go look at porn on the Internet Movie Database. By porn, I mean look for movies and TV shows that I grew up on. And I'm sure that's what you all do too. Well, typed in Star Wars, StarWESR, searched it, Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back, The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, so on and so on. And then one hit me, Star Wars Cities TV movie. What is this? Why is it on the Internet Movie Database? As you can see here, it's listed Star Wars City 1985 sci-fi TV movie, and actually has a rating of 5.6 out of 10 stars with 29 votes. What is this? The poster here is generic and there's no information, no cast, no crew, no director, not even a damn key grip, whatever that is. So what is Star Wars City? Well, I started to do some investigation, and I could find very little. At first I thought, okay, this is probably some fool on Internet Movie Database. They just threw this up years ago probably, and it's just never got pulled off. So I started looking around to see what else I could find out. And I couldn't find out much at all, except some posts on the Star Wars TheForce.net website going way back to the early 2000s. In 2003, one user asked what was Star Wars City as seen on the Internet Movie Database, and the Jedi Padawan Darth Maul replied, I actually remember this. Not much, but I do remember. It was a made-for-TV movie about some kids who were watching one of the old Star Wars films, probably Return of the Jedi, and they got sucked into the TV and landed in the Star Wars universe. All I remember was that there was no aliens or creatures from Star Wars movies, and none of the characters were even in it. It was like they got sucked into Star Trek or Battlestar Galactica, and the city they were in was called Star Wars City. I don't remember what happened at the end, and I don't know if any weapons were fired, but I sadly remember this. There you go, somebody remembered it. Or could it be just some guy pulling our wampa hair? I had to dig further. And again, I landed on the same message board, but a different year and a different post. Someone once again asked, what is this Star Wars City listed on the Internet Movie Database? This time a reply came from Jedi Master, ROTS Obi-Wan, which I guess ROTS means Return of the Sleestaks. Not sure if that's a movie, but it sounds like a good one if it is. They replied with, it was a low-budget Canadian film. I think it disappeared from society because it didn't have any rights from Lucasfilm. It had the same plot line as A New Hope, but it was about a punk from the big city in the 80s time. It was laughable. But his description didn't really sound like the other guy's description. So are these two guys just pulling our leg, replying to a post, and they really don't know what this is either? Well, he said it was in Canada, so I went to websites that had archived old news from Canada. Couldn't find a thing. So maybe if you live in Canada, you remember this? I mean, I know there's some movies that were made in Canada that were shown in America. I mean, the one that starred those two kids from You Can't Do That on Television. Kevin Kubachevsky and I think Alexter, where they had to go, where they saw a UFO. I don't remember much about that other than it was Canadian, and I watched anything with Kevin Kupichiski on it like any other kid growing up in the 80s. And I even went on Facebook and asked a question there if anyone remembered this. I asked Gus Lopez, who runs the Star Wars Archives that has a lot of cool stuff about toys. He seems to know everything, and I'm sure he would have ran across some material on this even if it didn't get made. But he didn't know anything either. But I did get a reply. And Tommy wrote, "All I know is it's about archaeologists and they find something that changes the world. Sorry, I can't help further. Would make an interesting story if you find out more about it." Which again doesn't help because his description of the movie sounds totally. So we got 3 different descriptions of this movie, if there even was a movie. So, I don't know. I'm leaning 80%, 85% that this never happened. It wasn't a thing. Someone put it up on Movie Database years ago. It's a joke, and it's still on there. And everybody sees it, and they always make up something to go along with it. But a little bit of me says maybe this is something that wasn't officially Star Wars, made in Canada, and it was kind of just lost. It was never released on video, and hardly anyone remembers it. But maybe you're in Canada, maybe you know. Hell, maybe Captain Foley up there has a poster of Star Wars City on his wall. Captain Foley, you're the only Canadian I know, other than Dave Foley. Dave Foley's probably not going to tell me, so tell me. What is Star Wars City? I even went on Twitter and asked a bunch of people. See? I kept asking, what is Star Wars City? I asked, and no one told me a thing. So, putting it out there to you guys. Let me know in the comments below if you remember this, what it was. If you have photos of it, maybe a TV Guide ad or something. Or share this on social media. Maybe someone can tell us what Star Wars City is. Or tell us it's nothing at all. Well, that's about all I got. Kind of short video today, but I just want to throw this up there and see what you guys thought. As always, please subscribe to the channel. Thumb up so I know you like my content. Hope that doesn't tickle. And until the next video, we'll talk again.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.